and welcome to another episode of the Regulation Podcast. My name is Jeff Ramsey. With me, as always, Andrew Panton, Gavin Free, Nick Schwartz, Eric Bador. It's the Regulation Crew and Egg, as you might also know us here.
Oh my God.
With episode 8 of our podcast,
Hello.
The Regulation Podcast. Hello.
How's everyone doing?
Fucking great.
Y'all good?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Good. I'm glad. It didn't seem like y'all were great earlier. There's some gameplay. We recorded maybe a chain-based video game today. I watched. I would say the vibes were not the best.
Eric, do you think it'd be worse to play that game again or to be chained together in real life?
I'd rather be chained together in real life. Because then if we fall from those heights, at least I just die. And I don't have to do it again.
All right, here's a video idea. What if we all chain ourselves together and then we have to navigate like a playground?
Ooh.
This is like becoming Mr. Beast. Like, is that what we're doing? Is that who we are?
No, because it's not going to make any money.
You think Mr. Beast is chaining himself to other people and then going to a playground?
No, I think he's paying people $150,000 to be chained together.
Yeah, but somehow it plants trees, so it all washes out okay.
Yeah. It helps people fix their glasses in a country you've never heard of.
Exactly.
What about a regulation chocolate bar is like at the start of the playground? In the middle, we got to go get it. Really bring it together. Maybe a regulation hamburger?
Gavin, would you rather play that game again or be chained together in real life?
Probably the real life thing, because that actually sounds also like it would be fun.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, it would not be. Y'all would kill each other. As someone who just got to observe, it was, I don't think I've ever seen Nick be so angry at people.
What?
It was great.
It was the first time, it was the first appearance of Angry Nick.
Yeah,
in
I really
Regulation,
think so.
I think.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a
One
lot of
person in
bickering.
particular was getting under Nick's skin. I don't want to spoil it. But
Who was it?
it wasn't me. It wasn't Gavin. I'm not going to say who it was. But it wasn't me and it wasn't Gavin.
Maybe we'll chuck that in one of our Patreon polls and people can vote for it against something else.
Yeah.
Or should that be public? I don't know. Who knows?
It seems like a pretty popular game right now, right? Like I see it all over TikTok.
Dump it
I
out on
guess.
YouTube then?
Yeah,
Yeah,
dump them out.
I
Dump 'em
suppose
out.
so. I just don't know. Oh, dump them out. Well, I just don't know why jumping decisions were made at certain times. That's all. It's just, that's
Yeah.
all. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, good question.
And Nick agrees.
Yeah, why'd you do it?
Oh, well, what do you guys want to talk about today that's not just reminiscing over a video game we just played that nobody saw us play yet?
I would like to ask Eric if he's done any detective work on who his information leak is.
Yeah, I have, and I don't have it yet.
Ooh.
I still don't have an information leak
Excellent.
on
Really?
where my fear came from. We talked about it the other day while we were swimming in the pool, and I accused our friend Alyssa, who immediately went, I don't know anything about this. She didn't know anything about it.
I told you it wasn't her.
No, right, and I didn't believe you.
All right.
I just don't know who it would have been.
I hope you figure it out soon, Eric, because it's becoming a prominent form of discussion in all swimmies these days. Although I got to say, it did spawn a hell of an idea.
Yeah. Andrew, are you aware of a 5-way Venn diagram?
No.
So in a 5-way Venn diagram, there are overlaps. And after talking with our friend Alyssa the other day, we started talking about, it was this conversation of who do you think the leak was? And then going around in a circle. And I said, I just don't know who knows what my fear is of like the blood pressure cuff. And then I'm like, well, it's just like knowing, Jeff's fear of snakes, whatever. And then Alyssa was like, yeah. And then I guess if there was like a boa constrictor, that would be like the worst of both worlds for you. And thus was born the fear diagram. Where we need to figure out what all of our overlapping fears would be to get to the middle, which is the ultimate regulation fear.
That's
But
really
I just-
funny.
It's very tough to figure out the fear diagram.
So the boa constrictor would be the perfect blend between Eric's fear of being squeezed and Jeff's fear of snakes.
Yes.
And then we discussed also that Nick was potentially afraid of flying. and then Alyssa immediately screams snakes on a plane. So that would be the blend between Jeff and Nick.
Oh.
That's really funny.
The thing we were lost on was what's Andrew's fear? What is yours, Andrew?
I mean, I talked about that, like, surgical scenes in movies get me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But that's like so specific. I don't know.
Is it the blood or the cutting or
I
just the whole
don't
thing?
know. I don't know what it is.
So maybe like a gallbladder surgery on a snake would be a good blend.
But here's the thing with the 5-way Venn diagram that we're looking at is that not everyone overlaps AB. So if I'm at the top at B and Jeff is at the left side at A, I don't necessarily have a singular overlap with E who could potentially be Andrew.
Mhm.
Oh, that's a
We would
good
have to
point.
figure out what the ABE is.
The least overlaps would have to sit kind of opposite each other.
Yeah. And that's tough, but you still have to find the overlap between yourself, one other person, and the other person. Like, there's a bunch of overlaps that exist there, and I think I think it starts getting muddy when you start tripling up on like wet bread, blood pressure
it's
cuff,
so
and snake.
specific.
I think we just have to. I don't think the fear diagram is something that you can 100% fill out in one sitting. I think we plug in as we go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't.
I also really like that there's an A, B, C, D, E overlap of all 5 people.
Yes,
which is surely just death. Like, is there going to be anything more specific than that?
I'm not scared.
But
of
yours
dying.
isn't death. Yours is wet bread.
Yeah.
You don't die from wet bread.
Well,
I actually think
Yeah.
dying's going to be okay.
Are you looking forward to it?
I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm not super scared of it. I've decided.
Cool.
I think I don't know. I think I'll get to do something else after.
I feel like it's the first thing I think about every morning.
What?
Death?
Or just like being scared of it. Maybe for like 10 seconds right as I wake up. And then
What?
and then after 10 seconds I'm like, "Oh, let's have a day."
Gavin,
Okay.
Gavin, I think you might be more scared of that than bread, buddy. If it's the first thing you think of every day and you have to talk yourself off the ledge so that you can have a day.
I'm not on any ledge. I
Jesus
just feel like
Christ.
it's the constant reminder of how much time has passed.
About 6 hours since you fell asleep.
I roll out of bed thinking Johnny Caviar. That's where my brain goes. I've never. The fear of death is not a thing I've woken up with.
Not worried about it?
Nah, it feels like inevitability.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess there's no point thinking about it.
Anyway, I'm excited for us to fill out our fear diagram as we unlock new fears and discover connections. Snakes on a Plane I thought was very funny.
Snakes on a Plane is very funny.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm afraid of heights, but when I
I
visited the Capitol building in Austin, I definitely felt something looking down from high above. But I don't know if that's
A little bit
height
queasy.
specific.
Little vertigo,
just like
maybe?
being high and looking down, just like, ooh.
That's only like 3 floors up, isn't it? 4 floors?
They're big floors though.
They're really big to look down from the top.
Andrew, what's the highest you've been?
Whoa. What a question. Probably like a hotel, probably like 25 floors up, something like that.
Okay. So you've been like,
I'd
you probably
assume.
25 floors up.
Probably, yeah. That doesn't bother me, like looking at a window from there.
Okay.
What about a glass floor?
Well, I feel like a glass floor is like, I think I'd be okay with it, I'd assume, but there'd probably be some amount of queasiness walking onto it initially. I feel like it's sort of maybe like when you jump off a high thing into like a lake, you know, where like that first jump kind of scary, and then after that it's fine. I think that first step is probably pretty queasy, and then once you're on the floor, it's like whatever, I'm just standing.
Have you done a lot of cliff diving?
I've jumped a few. I've done a little bit of cliff diving. Not from high cliffs, but I've
What
jumped off a cliff.
What? I just don't. Now, I don't know what your definition of cliff is, but I bet it's really different from what I'm picturing.
Yeah, oh, it's definitely different. You're probably picturing some like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid level of cliff jump.
Are you just talking about like a riverbank?
Well, what are you picturing with a riverbank? Let's
Give us a height. Get from where you jump to where you hit the water. How
You're
much,
asking the Dinklage's guy to give you a height? I got no clue.
Is it more than one Andrew?
Oh, way more than one Andrew. No, yeah, it's less than that. It's less than whatever that is that you just shared.
Oh.
That's really tall.
Yeah, that guy looks like he jumped off the highest place on Earth.
Yeah, like you posted a cliff that we can't see the total height of.
No, but that's how I picture Andrew cliff diving.
Let me see if I can find this cliff.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
You
I'm
keep
looking
calling
for
it
it.
a cliff, and there's just no shot. Like, there's no chance it's a cliff. Like, there's no chance it's a cliff.
I think it's probably the lowest technical cliff you can have.
How low could a cliff be? Like just a rock?
Yeah.
What's
I
the
think-
lowest cliff?
I think
How
if
low?
you look at it, it's undeniably a cliff, but it's like, it's not. That isn't impressive.
Shortest cliff.
What?
Smallest cliff in the world. How small? Oh, it's just stupid answers. Someone just said a curb is a cliff to ants. Okay, well.
Well, that's a good
Right,
point,
that's
though.
what I mean by Andrew, though, is
Yeah.
that that's what I think he's getting at.
Are you? Did you? Have you? How are you? How's the search for your cliff?
I
coming?
think
You
I
still looking?
found it. I think I got it. Save image. I'm pretty... Is that it? I haven't been there in a long time.
Oh my lord.
Well, I don't know.
How old were
like,
you? How old were you when this happened?
Probably like 2006, I'd
Okay.
say.
That old.
Okay.
My last cliff jump. I don't know if, because this definitely, they didn't have this bridge above this cliff.
Are you
last
gonna post
time I
a
was
picture?
there.
He's never
I'm-
going to post that.
Well, I have to save the photo.
Why? Copy, paste.
Drag it, drop it.
Drag it, drop. How would I drag it and drop it?
Drag it,
Drag it.
then drop it.
Yeah.
I right-click copy and then right-click paste, and it goes for me.
You
bud,
do that
every
too.
time.
Really? I thought you had to save the image to like your folder.
We're never going to see this fucking cliff. He's never going to send the cliff.
Oh my god.
I'm painting a beautiful picture of words. Okay, I'll click and drag. I'll click and drag. Let's click and drag.
I would love to be able to
Click,
paint
drag.
this just using his words, like based on, oh, is that it?
Oh wait.
Waiting.
Oh, I clicked
We
it and I
haven't.
dragged it. Nothing happened. What do you want? Click, drag, and then I go in here.
This is going to be one of those
Wait.
episodes where people are mad at Andrew in the first 10 minutes.
Wait, no. I clicked and dragged it. It just took me to a website. It changed the website. Oh, I got it. It's in my folder. I just have to go back. Okay.
Oh god.
You ready for this cliff? I mean, this is an audio podcast anyway.
Yeah, Gavin, you guys ready for this one?
I think so.
Okay, that's the cliff
Okay, this sucks.
right there.
Oh,
That's
That's
that
a
water
cliff,
doesn't look
right?
deep enough to jump into.
No, it doesn't.
that's. Were you at least on the upper level?
Well, the bridge thing? No, that didn't exist
No,
last time I was
no.
there.
The right side cliff.
Right side cliff, upper level, where it kind of pokes out like a finger or a toe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Not really a lot there for scale, but I assume the fence on the bridge is a human height,
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
but it's
Or at
further
least-
away.
At least like maybe 4 feet tall.
It's probably like 2 shacks, I'd say.
Can you draw? Can you draw the size of a human on the tip of the bit you jump off?
Oh, sure.
Or
yeah.
that'd be awesome if you could do that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Like how big you were?
While Andrew's doing that, I want to show you guys a picture of something that I did today. Not a big deal or anything, but I thought I'd share it with you guys because it's been a
I
long
think it'll
time.
be a
coming.
taller cliff.
This is what I did today.
You did it.
No
wow, you-
way! The footrest.
No
I
more
said-
footrest, huh?
I tried to set up the PS5.
Wow.
I tried.
But you didn't manage it.
There's some sort of a problem where it says the controller's battery isn't charged enough to allow me to update the firmware to use it, so I can't sign in. And I was reading about it on Reddit, and it's like an issue, so I'm trying some fixes, but I ran out of time before the podcast started.
Yeah, I guess most people don't buy one and then leave it for 2 years.
I realized, Gavin, as I was opening it up, and I really opened it up, like the clear like stickers were on it that I had to pop open so I could actually get into it. And I realized I don't actually know there's a PS5 in here. If Gavin put like I don't know, a pile of turds in here or cucumbers or something, that would be the longest play of a joke ever. And I was genuinely a little nervous opening it up. Like, what if? Oh my god, what if he's about to get me? Well, that was just PS5. Like, it's just PS5 that doesn't quite work.
We had some homework this week, didn't we?
We sure did.
We did.
We had grocery items. So here's a photo.
Yeah.
I'd say of height, roughly. There you go. Nice little image for you there.
That's you, is it?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh,
So
That's
that's
me,
probably
2006.
like a 10-foot drop, 12 feet.
And now I found a photo of people jumping off of it.
Even better.
Get even better. Top down. So you see, like it is a cliff, but as I said, I think it's probably technically the smallest cliff you could have.
I agree with that. Yes.
I think what you've done is you've highlighted the Canadian art of ledge jumping.
Is it Canadian art?
Well,
Our great pride?
I've never seen ledges like that in America. That's interesting.
It's fun.
Is that close to where you live? Could you go there today if you wanted to?
It'd probably be like a 90-minute drive, maybe a little less, maybe like 80 minutes to get there. It's not too far.
So if we came up in the dead of summer, we could all go swimming there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Hmm.
The last time I think I went there, I rode down because it's like a little bit of a river, sort of. And I just rode down and I beat the shit out of my back because I don't know. I thought I was immune to damage, I guess. And haven't been since.
Like your back was too long for the bumps?
Like I absorbed too hard of blows, I guess. I was like, I'm in the water. This is fine. This is great. And then I got out of the water and my back was cut up and like bruised.
Oh.
So it's been a while. But the jump is good. It's fine. The jump is easy.
Any idea what the river crabbing situation's like over there?
I don't think there's a lot of crabs
Probably not.
in that scenario.
Freshwater, yeah.
Yeah. It's not a great crab.
Two birds, trying to,
No, I appreciate it. Yeah. You could maybe hold the crab trap in your hands and ride down the river and see if you can scoop up anything on the lap.
Well, it'd be fun to fly up and do an old fashioned cliff and crab, as they call it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As they call it in Canada.
Yeah.
Great Canadian practice. But our homework, how do we want to do this? Do we want to submit our
well, I think the idea was that
stories?
we would do our stories and then people would have to try and guess which 3 things we had to buy.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want me to go first? Do you want me to?
Sure. Andrew, do you want to go first?
Okay. I'm going to go first. There's some pretty big clues for mine. I'd say if you know your stuff, 2 out of 3, very obvious. The third one maybe a little bit harder to figure out. Here's my story. Major Snap Melon proudly serving the dark side oven-toasted Greg Hildebrand. In Canada, this suggested destiny is applicable for refund. So if you want to try to parse through that and guess what I got, there's some clues.
Right. Some sort of toastable thing.
Is one of them soda? Can I guess that? Is one of them like a soda?
One of
Yeah,
them is
okay.
a soda.
Yeah.
You're right about that.
Is it caffeinated or is it a carbonated soda?
It is a carbonated soda.
Mm.
Are there non-carbonated sodas?
I don't know. I just want to make sure. Like a lot of people say soda, it could be a lot of things. I'm just trying. To make
Okay,
sure
fair
it's
enough.
carbonated.
Yeah, no, I respect it.
Major Snap.
Is it Mountain Dew?
Yes.
Wow.
One of them is a Mountain
Wow.
Wow.
Dew. Major Melon Mountain Dew.
The Major Snap Melon thing led me to soda, and I started poking around and Googling like what's a melon soda? What's something that's going around? Is it this Major Melon Mountain Dew?
It is. Yeah, it is the Major Melon Mountain Dew.
Yeah. So there you go.
You got
That's
one.
how I
You got
landed
2
on
left.
that. All right, Gavin, you guess what the Greg Hildebrand thing is. Go ahead.
But you Googled.
Yeah,
Okay.
there.
So I could just Google
Oh,
Greg.
were we not supposed to? I was getting soda with Major Snap Melon and then went, what the fuck is that thing? Yeah, are we not supposed to Google?
No.
Was that a rule I wasn't aware of? I'm sorry.
Listen, there were no rules, I don't think.
Oh, okay.
I don't think Andrew, I'm with you. I didn't think so either. That's why I Googled like what the fuck was that what was that soda flavor?
Huh.
I won't Google any of them going forward, guys.
Maybe some sort of toaster strudel.
Oh, you're thinking of toaster strudel. Interesting. I think this company may be in that world, but it's not a toaster strudel that I
Okay.
have.
Is it the light and dark side Oreos?
Yes. Eric's got two.
Good lord.
Greg Hildebrand.
Holy shit.
Didn't need to Google that one.
Apparently, Greg Hildebrand is like a famous poster artist or something.
The dark side part tipped me off. I had to think about what was in stores now, and it's those Oreos.
It is.
What? You're like
Light
a
side,
food
dark side?
detective.
Yeah,
I have 100% Eat, a podcast where we try every new fast food creation to let you know.
I
if we
don't
need
care
it.
about that.
You guys are one away, and I will say it is the toughest, I feel like.
Uh-oh.
It has the least amount of words pulled.
Is it Destiny?
No, Destiny was part of Oreos.
That was an Oreo? Damn.
Major oven toasted.
Oven toasted.
It's in the cereal aisle, I'll say. Help narrow it down a little bit.
Pop Tarts.
No,
Oh.
I've never had a Pop-Tart.
What?
Oh my god.
Not
Really?
a Pop-Tart guy?
Not a Pop-Tart guy.
I ate a Pop-Tart before we came here to record.
That sounds delicious. I'm sure they're good.
Ooh, which flavor?
They're fucking
Fantastic.
great, dude.
Yeah.
Is it like a toasted strudel thing, maybe?
No, that's what Gavin said already.
I already
We've already
said
gone
did you?
through that.
Did you really?
Hey,
All right, well,
actually, hey, I have a guess. I think I know what it is.
Oh,
Is
Eric's
it
about to go.
Is it a toaster strudel of some kind?
No,
All right.
no,
what
it's
is
not,
it?
Eric. Rice Krispies was my third thing.
I was not-
Snap,
Never
crackle,
would've guessed
pop,
it.
Crackle Pop.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
and the oven toasted Rice Krispie treat or something. It says oven toasted rice grain cereal on the front of it.
Oh.
So that is mine. What about y'all? What is your story?
I could paste mine in.
Go
I'd
for
love
it.
to see yours.
With precaution,
Oh my
Charlie
God.
balanced on the ancient boulder above the volcanic mines, aware of the health hazards. Below is bursting with radiation and is not a well-ventilated environment. Charlie is a professional with the benefits of safety documents. Ash eruptions prevent Charlie's fat grip. The power of nature. Temperature causes Charlie's eyes and hands to be boiled and damaged by sharp objects. Life cannot be reused.
That's fucking awesome.
That's real good.
Wow.
Fantastic story, Gavin.
Uh,
It was really
Okay.
hard not to have words like his or like
Yes.
was.
Yeah, it is really hard.
I didn't have a the, and it really made things difficult for me.
Is it
okay.
some sort of
Boulder.
like a face mask or something?
It is not.
One of them has to be soap of some kind.
Yeah.
Is it a cleaning product?
No cleaning product.
Old Spice.
Is it like cat litter? Are we doing like a cat?
Oh.
Where is
Um,
where is radiation coming from though?
quinoa?
Bursting with radiation.
Is it quinoa? Is it? Hang on, I gotta guess. Is it toaster strudel of some kind?
Sadly not.
Is there any like radiation flavor? You don't see radiation used in products.
I think Gavin went to a grocery store, and I don't think his stuff is necessarily food.
I agree.
I think he has stuff here that is makeup based or soap based.
Bug bomb.
Bug bomb, definitely.
He said there's no cleaning products, and soap is a cleaning product, so it can't be.
Hmm.
Do you think this has anything to do with his yard? Could it be yard stuff? Because he's been a
useful
lawn guy
products.
recently.
Interesting.
Oh.
So is one of them Raid, like a can of Raid?
No, there is one non-food thing though. The other two are food.
One.
Oh.
Kind of.
Oh wow,
Non-food,
really?
two food.
Oh my god.
Actually, they're
I
not
wanna know
really
what-
food.
What?
But
Oh,
You put them
is one toothpaste?
You put them
No.
in what?
Damn.
What about batteries?
In your mouth? Oh, gum?
in. No. All right, shall I just post the picture of all three of them?
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck? What's up with Charlie's fat grip?
We had tea bags, some salt, and some nitrile gloves.
Great one.
Wow.
Oh,
That's
salt.
fantastic. Good work, Gavin.
And I think in that picture you can see most of the words. I did turn
Yeah.
it around for a few, I think, but most of the words were on that.
Fantastic. And there's all of our bubbly from our soda summer. That's
That's
true.
half of Soda Summer still.
yeah. And then also is it YouTube stuff.
Oh yeah, that's our
Into-
letter from
into-
the.
The
What is
keyboard.
the other thing? What's the business card? Oh yeah, it's an iMac. Yeah. Well, maybe I'll crop that.
Yeah, I think maybe that might be the right way to do that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
better do it
but
soon
don't-
because Jeff is
let's-
just gonna post this picture.
I won't
You better
remember that
delete
in a
it,
week
repost
when
it.
I'm hanging out out of town on
You should
vacation.
delete that now.
Yeah, just get rid of it right now.
Yeah,
I'll crop it later.
Okay. And finally, Jeff, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna post it and then I'll read it out loud to you. Okay.
Uh,
All right.
Well-
Norm smelled
God.
death. Raw, deep, ruthless. It permeated the farm. Not natural. Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, New Hampshire, every place. Bittersweet, alchemical, acid, bacon. Notes of a not natural nectar. Murder. The family chain, saturated with lime and lecithin, smoked and roasted, a thumb through the eyes indicating a sacred, twisted ritual.
What the
Help,
fuck?
love, die. Notes pressed into the mouth with dark alderwood. Trademarks of the twisted convict. Norm mouthed to Tony. Vaz just traveled here with the woman, your woman.
Are we in the magazine aisle or book aisle with this?
No, it's all food.
Okay.
Murder.
All food?
Murder food.
Murder
It's all,
food?
well, it's all food. Yeah, it's all stuff that goes in your mouth.
Oh, like you
Pepperidge
could murder
Farms?
a salad.
Maybe? Or is this a Pepperidge Farm product?
No Pepperidge Farm.
Meatless
Okay.
chicken.
It is it's a story about two cops who are chasing a serial killer who has abducted one of their wives. It's rough. They're chasing him across the country. They got there just too late.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a vegan thing, right? To prevent
Yeah.
murder of meat.
Is
That's
Dave's Killer
crazy.
Bread one of the things?
Ooh,
No, there's no
Damn it.
bread.
that's a
Is
good
it
guess.
some impossible meat?
No, it's nothing like that. There's actually no meat. I'll tell you, it's no meat.
Okay.
Well, I would say impossible meat.
Murder.
It is definitely. I mean, I don't think you're going to get specifically two of the things, but one of them you guys know very well.
What?
Apple.
Murder.
No.
I mean,
Phosphate,
I'll tell you my thought process. When we had this idea and we came up and we said we're going to do a short story, I thought I want to do the most unexpected short story possible. I want to do a murder mystery or like a horror thing because nobody expects that from the grocery store. What's the one product I know of that has the word murder or kill or death in it? And I started there.
Liquid death.
What? Wow.
Liquid death.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
Yeah, liquid death was the first thing I grabbed. Murder your thirst, yada yada yada. They had a lot of good
That's
stuff. in it.
smart.
Oh, that's
And then-
fucking
and
smart.
I just don't think you guys would get the other two because there's not a lot there. So I'm just going to post the photo.
Okay.
It's Tony's Chocolonely bar and
yeah.
then Bo's Bacon Dark.
Oh,
chocolate bar.
those are good.
Wow.
wow.
I haven't seen two of these.
I see the Tony stuff everywhere. I'd never seen that other one before.
Tony's is good.
Dark bacon.
Tony's is
Way to
like
go.
fair trade-ish kind of.
Yeah, and on the back it says stuff like ritualistic and alchemical. And I'm sorry, I got those words.
I see.
Clever.
I
acid
think-
bacon.
We've just come up with the best way to do a grocery list.
Yeah.
No one would be able to crack it. It's great to read. It's a fun little story. I think we've innovated here.
I do too, and I think we all wrote some really good content. Great stories, everybody.
Yeah.
Way to go, guys. This was fucking great.
When you bought your items, Gavin, did you put a word in for your signature? Did you start that?
No, I shopped at a place that doesn't have it.
Okay.
Doesn't have the signature.
We're still gonna, that's gonna be a thing that will come. You haven't started your narrative yet.
No, not yet.
I'm excited. I'm excited for that. I just think it'll be, I want to know how long it takes you.
Speaking of buying stuff, I don't know what led me down this hole. I think I was I'm watching Breaking Bad, so I was looking at Breaking Bad stuff online. And I found that on Amazon you can buy this. It's like a latex Bryan Cranston mask,
Whoa.
but it's so cheap. It was like $20. And I thought, there's no way it actually looks
No.
that good, right? And then I read one of the reviews.
2.2 stars. Oh, terrible.
This looks nothing like the picture. This is a dollar store mask, as you see in my picture.
You zoom in on that picture, it's absolutely not the top picture.
How did they get away with that?
How do they get away with that?
That's a great question. I think
I
just
want
nobody
one, though.
cares. Who's going to stop them? Oh.
Oh, I don't. The thing is, I could kind of see it. I think
Can
if you were to ask me who that character is, I think I would say Walt.
Would you
from Breaking
really?
Bad. I think so, because
I
it
wouldn't.
kind of
I
looks
don't-
like him.
I don't think the nose looks anything like him.
The goatee to me and the baldness is really what jump out to me about. But maybe I'm saying that with the advantage of context.
That image right there looks like 60% of the UFC fighters.
Andrew, do you think that would fit on your head?
No, absolutely not. I think I would rip that sheep mask in half while putting it on. I think it would be real disturbed.
I think we should try it though.
Yeah, listen, if you send me a link, I'll buy it. I'll throw it on. I'll 3D scan that as well, get some additional depth.
Yeah, I'm so excited to scan your head.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
I guess we haven't talked
We need
about
to
that.
talk about this because we have this situation that seems like it's going to get resolved where you're going to get a new phone so we can do away with the Umi Digi Bison. But you're saying that you aren't going to use the new phone. You're going to use the Umi Digi.
Well, listen, the Umi Digi is a great phone. The Bison, what am I, X2? The Bison X, designed by Umi Digi. Great logo, great phone. I don't think it has the capability to use whatever app Gavin needs me to use because he's going to 3D print my head or attempt to. And I guess I need to scan it somehow. How does that work, Gavin? And what app am I downloading?
Well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's apps where you just have someone walk around your head.
I don't know.
I've never used it.
I don't know. You said it so confidently when this was initially brought up.
Did.
You said it like you use this app all the time, that you do it. You're all good to go. You have no clue. This is a fictional app.
No, I was just suggesting how we could do it.
You're at the stage where you're sending him a phone to use an app that you've never seen yourself.
I'm sending him the phone like months before this idea. I'm just sending him a phone.
That's
Teleportation. It's ridiculous. You're just like, yeah, we'll teleport it.
But if you know it's possible, and you know there are apps, then we could do it.
There you go.
Okay. It's fair.
Like, I've never used augmented reality to put an IKEA chair in my living room, but I know you could do it.
Can you stack chairs? What if you stack 10 augmented chairs and put a hot dog on top? Will it go faster?
What? Why is there a hot dog on top?
Yeah, what?
The tables is making reference to when you guys were doing the table stacking.
Was that a hot dog thing?
Wasn't it?
No.
Am I making that up? I thought the whole point was there's a hot dog on the top of it and it would launch.
What?
That's my memory
What?
of that.
Oh.
What
Wait.
are you talking about? You thought the whole point was
Huh?
what?
No, we were gonna shoot hot dogs over the ceiling with and try to catch it in our mouths over the roof of Rooster Teeth with a gun or something that Gavin had.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to use a table for that.
That was a totally different thing.
No, I remember the hot dog thing. As
Yeah.
an aside, I just remember as part of the table conversation, I could have swore it was at some point discussed of like, if the hot dog was on top of the table, would it launch faster or something?
I don't
Maybe
have
I made that
confidence
up.
to tell you that you're wrong. I think that maybe there might be something to that. I just can't remember.
Yeah, well, I also am not confident in saying I'm right. We need the audience to come in and help on that one. Which, speaking of audience helping, just to pivot for a minute, I did an impromptu stream of the Elden Ring final DLC boss last night because I was going to do it anyway. I had these runes, I had like 20 of them, and every time you use one, it boosts your health. And so I thought, oh, I'll give like 20 goes to see if I can beat this boss. I learned I've been playing Elden Ring wrong this entire time.
Oh, Christ.
It was fantastic to have a whole chat of people explain to me what I should be doing and how much easier my life was from that point.
But it was the final boss.
It was the final boss. I'd beaten every boss outside of one that I wasn't aware of, so I did that really quickly. upon beating it. But it was stuff like, you should drink this flask that you have that gives you bonuses. And I was like, well, I have no idea what that is. I thought I just drank it and then I used it. But I guess you need to sit down and like put your items into it. And so they're explaining to me, I had like 40 different modifiers you could apply to this thing that I just have never used the whole game. And I've been using a katana as my sword. And I've just been one-handing it. And they're like, why are you one-handing it? Why don't you use both hands on the thing? And I had to ask, like, what do you mean by that? How does that work? I guess you do like 20% more damage if you use two hands. And I just have never done that because I didn't know that was like a thing you were supposed to do. And then there's like a quick tab off of that. It was a lot of me just going, what am I doing? How do I do this? And then I beat it within like 30 minutes after doing it.
How many hours into this game would you say you are at this point?
I think when I pause, it's like 200 hours or something. My Elden Ring. I'm like level 201. I've played
Gavin,
a lot of Elden Ring.
You can never make fun of me for beating Crackdown, not knowing about auto lock again.
Yeah. I mean, I've never played Elden Ring. Where do you learn the stuff you missed?
I don't know because I missed it.
That's a great question, actually, because they're not great about explaining shit to you in Elden Ring.
You need to ask somebody else. But I missed a lot. And it was such a great experience to have people that actually know how that game works.
So you're thankful for the audience for coming in.
So thankful.
And basically cutting the length of the stream down by like 70%.
So much. Yeah. It was great. They were so helpful.
So did your character basically go from just like a normal dude to a god in 30 minutes just because you respect your equipment?
It certainly felt like it. Like I was doing way more damage. I recorded all of it. It'll probably be up at some point as a VOD, I assume.
Did it get so much easier after all that?
Oh, it was noticeably so much easier. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then I guess I learned that if you summon AI to help you in the fight, it makes the boss tougher to kill. And so the run that I ended up beating him on was one where I just forgot to summon the guy. And I think that was the difference. Because I'd go in, I'd summon an AI, and then I'd spawn an AI. I forgot half of the team. And then I got it, which was great. A lot of fun. It was a great stream.
Speaking of Elden Ring, Andrew, this is a question I asked Gavin and Eric the other day, but what video game do you think you're the best at out of all the video games you've ever played?
Oh.
You two.
Left 4 Dead 2?
Okay.
Possibly.
Okay. Nick, how about you?
Oh, God. God of War Ragnarok.
Okay. God of War Ragnarok.
Really?
Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a recent game.
What if...
Also, like,
Sorry,
tough to measure. It's a
Yeah.
single player only.
It doesn't help as much because it was kind of a multiplayer focused question, but it's okay. I'm gonna roll with it, Nick. We can roll. You can still be good at a single player game.
Nick's just like
maybe he's a speedrunner or something.
Yeah.
just killing like the Queen Valkyrie, just like I rule, I'm the best.
Yeah. Halo 3, I stopped the fight, guys. I did it. It was me.
Oh.
So let's say through a series of unfortunate and cosmic events, every single person on Earth who plays God of War Ragnarok and Left 4 Dead 2, except for y'all, dies. They're just gone. They're wiped out. The world keeps moving. It's not dangerous to play those games anymore. It just happens to be that they're all dead, and you are now the only two people in the world that are playing those two games. How long do you think you're the best player in the world at that game going forward?
Until like 4 other people decide to play it. Probably.
Yeah, my answer was like by the end of the week.
So like you could be the best player in the world for a week, and then just through the natural course of people stumbling into the game and finding it, and then not even trying to be better than you, but they just pick up and then they're just naturally progress to a point where they're better than you. It can't take long, right?
No.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, I think I could help. I said Pegle 2, and I told Eric and Gavin I think I could be the best Pegle 2 player in the world for 2 weeks, but that's probably generous.
I feel like you can hold Pegle for a while. Like, I think Pegle is a kind of niche game. I'm sure the top end of Pegle is insane, but just on a general scale, I think you'd hold that.
Yeah, but I bet there's some 62-year-old like math teacher retiree out there who picks up Pegle, who's only ever played Candy Crush and is like, oh, this is interesting. And then like 3 weeks later is a god in Pegle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that game it finds those people and they become like like my daughter has this fucking water sort game that she plays on her phone that's so stupid. But it's just like it calms her, you know, it's just like her idle thing. And she's like level 17,000, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna catch up to her and beat her. And I sat down and tried to do it, and I got to like level. I played every day for like, I don't know, a month, and I got to like level 400.
Oh god!
And I think she might be the number one player in the world of that game and has no idea, because I don't know who. Like she must have invested 1,000 hours into it easily. I just feel like there's a lot of people out there that find games like Pegle that just that would never even know there's a Pegle community, you know.
Like a Pegle tournament feels like a backdrop to a Christopher Guest movie. Like the personalities I imagine that would be like a lead at Pegle.
Yeah, it's the same people that participate in puzzle competitions, which by the way, I just got into on TikTok and I am intrigued by.
Like jigsaw puzzle?
Yeah, like you get together with teams and do like a 500 person puzzle, like you and one other person or by yourself.
Oh.
And it's timed.
What kind of advanced tactics do they have?
Everybody seems to have their own methods. Most of the tournaments I've watched, you don't get to see any one person long enough to kind of figure out what their secrets are. But I think I could do it. I think I could enter a puzzle tournament and do well.
The problem with that is how many people are casually entering a puzzle tournament? I feel like it might just be you. Everybody else, I think, is like they've invested countless hours.
Oh, no, I'm saying I think I'm at a point in my life right now where I could compete against those people in puzzles. I don't know how we got off on the puzzle thing. I was just talking about the video game deal. But now that you mention it, I think my puzzle skills are of a level that I could walk in and compete at a semi-professional level right now.
This is your and Andrew's version of the Halo 2 times, where Andrew's going to try and have to beat your times on puzzles.
I do. Well, I'm thinking about it. Isn't it just kind of luck to a certain extent? Like, does it start pieces in the box and you have to take out the pieces and then organize in place?
It starts with the pieces in the bag in the box. You rip it open.
Okay.
Are you saying that puzzles are like puzzle competitions are RNG based? Like you might open it and then go like, oh fuck, this is bad. Like this isn't gonna work for me. I just might as well like.
Oh, it's no outside pieces in this one. Damn.
Oh, that's a run killer.
Now, is it typically, Jeff, like a normal puzzle, or is it the puzzles where it's like all one color?
No, it's a normal puzzle. It's like a 500 piece like Ravensburg puzzle or whatever. Yeah, that I've seen. I don't like those puzzles myself. I think they're kind of cheap. I use a different brand. I'm a pomegranate guy personally, but yeah, I think they use like Ravensburg. Yeah.
What's a pomegranate puzzle?
Oh, they make the best puzzles, dude. Hold on a second.
You gotta show me. I like the What's Jig puzzles. Is that what they're called? What's a Jig, I think? Where the front of the box is what the design you're making is looking at. So it doesn't specifically help you. It's like you're creating...
Like you're making a puzzle of a tiger, but it's like on the front of the box, it's like a gazelle?
Yeah, and you're building the perspective.
What?
It's called like a What's a Jig?
Yeah, I've done those before. Those are good.
Those are cool.
Do you
I
remember
like those.
seeing ads for Puzz 3D?
No. What's
Yes.
Puzz 3D?
They were like three-dimensional, like you build the whole thing. But I was always way too poor to have one. But I wonder if they were good or not.
Somebody gave me one recently, and I haven't done it yet. I have the Eiffel Tower.
Oh, you have one?
Yeah. Somewhere in my garage.
I think we could test to see if you're ready to compete with the real people by having like a real-time contest put on the TV behind you, and you're also trying to compete with your own version of the same puzzle.
Yeah, maybe we could stream it somehow or something. Maybe that's not exciting.
Do you
Watching me put a puzzle together for like 2 hours.
I would love to see a live stream of you try to show off how fast you can solve a puzzle. That could go so wrong so quickly.
The idea of the most energetic intro that's like, all right, let's get to it.
Well, I mean, you guys would be there. You guys would be there commentating. We'd all be talking.
Oh, that wouldn't be too distracting?
No, not for me.
Yeah, he's good at these.
Yeah, man. I can multitask.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so this is a was jig. It's was jig.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those guys. Those are. I've done about 4 of those. They're great, dude.
But I don't understand. Like, what am I looking at that's different?
It's on the
from-
Okay, here. Let me give you an example. So I
don't
see the box
understand
I just
this.
posted.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The farmer on the bridge, that's what the image makes that you make out of the puzzle. It's what he's seeing. So you're seeing the perspective of whatever the farmer is seeing, and then when you build the puzzle, you're seeing what the farmer is seeing.
So
which
you're
is
seeing what
causing that
everyone
reaction.
is scared of.
Yes. Whatever they're reacting
Yeah.
to is what you're actually building. So, like, the front of the box doesn't give you any hints, essentially, to what it is. It's
So
just
unlike the other
providing-
one that was posted.
I guess, yeah. That one looks sort of identical.
It's not actually.
little different.
The one at the
Yeah,
top
it is.
isn't identical. It's like a before and after. So what you see in the
Oh.
picture is before in that room, and then the puzzle you put together is the
I
after
see.
That's
the thing
cool.
happens. So it's in the same room. It's the same perspective. It's just all the people move around.
So let me look at pomegranate.
Dude,
art
look
piece
at that
puzzles.
top
Let me
one. It
open
has-
this.
Destiny in it. That could have been one of the things Andrew bought. And it's a falcon.
Oh, these are just like fancy. These are, yeah, like artistic puzzles.
So are these just like more difficult? Like they're cool puzzles, or like what's?
Well,
the,
they're
what's, like, the
difficult
deal?
because these ones are difficult because you don't have a reference, right? Like you don't know what you're putting together. Like you can see the edges from the picture on the front of the puzzle. You get a sense of the before, so you know, like the building is on the right and the car. There's probably a car somewhere. But then when you put the puzzle together, it's the after, and so you can use the cover picture as a reference, but you don't actually know what you're putting together. Does that make any sense at all?
Yeah,
Okay,
I get what you're saying.
I didn't realize we were coming into a puzzle era.
I didn't either,
I like it.
but I'm fucking. My
What?
dick is hard for it. Don't get me like. Do you know this is my thing? I had a puzzle nook at the old house.
Is it like a 500 piece standard? Like, what is the average puzzle tournament size?
Well, so here's the problem. I'm a 1,000-piece man myself, 1,000-piece and above. I don't see the point in a 500-piece puzzle. That's baby stuff.
It's like half a
But
puzzle.
it's like a half a puzzle. It's so much fucking simpler than a 1,000-piece. Like it's not just a function of it being half the size. It's just like it becomes like twice as easy as well, or 3 times as easy. But they do the 500s, I think, because you can do it in an hour or two.
Should we do a 500 and then maybe reveal to each other on the show how fast it took us to do? We do a puzzle reveal off. Maybe like we give Eric our times and he can read off and see who
Ooh.
does
Ooh.
best
I
to
love
worst.
that. I think that's
Yeah.
really cool. Do
We
you
could
think
definitely do
that
that.
it should all be like the same puzzle? Is
Yes,
that the
it
plan?
has to
It
be.
has to
yeah,
be.
I think
It
it has to be the same puzzle. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll each time
Okay,
it. And then
I'm
we'll
making
send it to
a
Eric.
note of it, and I'll see if we can put it together this week. Get everything shipped over
Oh,
the
I
next
love
week,
it.
and then you
Great.
guys have time and can do it for.
I haven't done a puzzle in a
next few
while.
episodes.
I'm happy to pick, or if it's not fair to pick, at least vet the puzzle option.
I think it's fine if you pick. I have no
Okay.
problem with you picking because it's not like you're selecting it and like, we can show the guys and be like, this is the one.
Yeah.
I think that'll.
We're
I think
we're
it'll
going
make
I like it.
pomegranate right now. Let me tell you, you guys are never going to want to put together another puzzle again as long as you live. When you put that in your face,
sense. Yeah, I definitely agree with never wanting to put together another puzzle as long as I live. I agree with you on that.
Oh, is it in the same bucket as board games for you?
It has to
Yeah,
be. There's
absolutely.
no. That's why I said
Yeah,
we submitted
that's-
to Eric.
yeah,
I immediately
yeah.
gave a
Thank
rule
you.
that wasn't.
I love you. Thank you, Andrew. I don't want to put together a puzzle. Certainly no. No.
I would like to expand this to, those like safe room type puzzles that you can get, like the handheld, like you have to get the hoop through the knot type thing. Do you know what I'm talking about?
What?
What are these called? It's I
What,
don't,
like a puzzle in an escape room?
The fuck?
No.
You're doing like a word puzzle right now? What are you talking about?
yeah, I'm doing the Strand, the New York Times Strand right now. It's like a puzzle where you have to figure out how to open like a box, or like there is a hoop, like a wooden hoop, and you have to get it through the ropes. Oh, Jeff found the puzzle already. He's got bears.
two bears at golden hour. Isn't that beautiful? You do that.
That is
Standing
nice.
up,
I like
standing
that.
up like humans.
That's some Brother Bear type stuff. I'll
Yeah.
listen to Phil Collins. I'll get into it. I'm gonna speed run this thing.
So a hoop.
Dude, this is good too, because if we do this one, the golden hour with the bears on it or whatever, and we get them first, then people at home can also get this same puzzle, and there will be a run on this insane fucking bear puzzle, like a Don Zimmer card.
This is Don Zimmer thing again.
It's going to be a Cosmic Crisp thing all over again. Suddenly we're going to be friends with the pomegranate people. I love it.
Trying to figure out what these things are called. I'm surprised none of you have you seen the glass onion?
Yes.
No.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You know that box thing that he sends everybody to invite them to the island, or one of those. They make smaller versions of those. I think it would be fun for us all to try to take one of those on and just see how long it takes. And I feel like we'd all be really bad at it.
Was it like a
I think it
puzzle
could be.
box?
Yeah, it's like
But there's a hoop.
They're hit me hoops, and you have to sometimes get the knot out of the hoop of the
I
string.
like the explaining all of this and going sometimes.
The knot.
There's a hoop. Sometimes there's a knot. Okay.
I'm gonna Google puzzle knot. Get the hoop through and see what pops up. Oh, I feel like Google knows. I feel like Google is getting me. Oh yeah, here we go.
God, I feel like I want to put this fucking puzzle together so bad. I'm just fucking staring at it right now and just getting.
Are you just
nipples
looking
are
at the
getting
bear
hard.
one still?
Yeah, the 2 fucking bears at Magic Hour. God,
We can get that. We'll order it after we record these episodes. Like I'm totally fine with that.
See, you get. It's like you have a ring.
Like one of those
and-
freaking things from a Christmas cracker.
Sure. I mean, that's a nice Christmas cracker prize if that's what you're pulling.
Well, imagine that, but like cheap chromed plastic.
I feel like Christmas cracker prizes are mini decks of cards.
Yeah.
Little
small stapler.
picture frame. Yeah, a small stapler.
Tiny
Where are you
screwdriver.
getting these? That's in the rotation for sure. I'm gonna look into the puzzle thing.
Do you think we should do a staff photo for our new company?
yes.
Yes, but I think I should be. You should 3D print my head as my display of the company photo.
All right, I'm back in.
I think we should all take it like it's a what jig puzzle, and we're looking. It's Andrew. It's us looking at Andrew holding a camera, and we're all surprised by what's Gavin seeing, and then you have to put it together.
I was thinking it should be in the style of this photo.
Pete Rose
Pretty cool.
and Tony Perez taking a shit.
Are they just shitting at work? Is that what that is? Are they at work there? In the changing rooms?
You're at work, like at probably at the baseball stadium. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
I think we could just get 5 stalls.
yeah.
I don't want that to be a what's chick. That image.
I
I don't want to
what
see
they
what
look
they're
at.
looking at. Yeah, I don't need to see that. I don't
Now
need to see this side.
Why
It
are
would
they
be
so happy?
It would be funny if we had 4 stalls and then the porta potty.
Oh. That's amazing. And we have to strategically cover up all of our testicles and penis and stuff.
Our bits, yeah.
Cool. Thanks for saying that, man. Really appreciate it. That's great.
So you don't want us to show all our junk. Okay, got it.
It would be cool to make a puzzle if we made like a piece of content, and if you completed the puzzle, it had like a code that you could scan on it that took you to some piece of content somewhere online.
It's like that $2 million puzzle thing I did.
What was that?
You put the puzzle together and it creates a QR code that you scan, which then tells you if you
Oh, I
won
see.
$2 million.
Okay.
I won $1.
That's like a mischief thing, right?
Yep, that's what it was.
I'm so glad that I don't know if it's still going on, but they were doing a thing where like you could buy a key and then they sold a box for the key, and then people bought both and opened it, and it was a key for another box. And last I heard, they were like on box 4, and I'm so glad I missed that, because that is the thing. I would have been in that loop 100%, and I'd be so annoyed by box 4. Just endlessly buying boxes that you don't know the purpose of. Hell.
Are they expensive boxes?
I think they're like $25 or $30 a
Ugh.
box. Like, it's not insignificant.
Is the promise there'll be a payoff at some point?
I think there might be something where, like, if you lift up the foam on the inside of the box, there might be something to it. I think, but I'm not sure what. It is not clear to me, and this maybe has already been resolved. But I don't know what the end game is. It's something that I like randomly get on my TikTok every like 4 days,
I can't say
and
that.
it's
I'll have
typically
to
the same
look for
box.
that. Have you guys noticed an increase in Dobermans lately?
No.
Is that just me?
Yeah, just you. I don't like
God.
Dobermans.
I haven't seen one in ages.
I'm not. Well, first off, I have no issue with Dobermans. I actually think they're lovely dogs. I don't have an issue with them like Andrew apparently. But it was the weirdest thing. Like when I was a kid growing up, Dobermans were the original pit bulls. Like they were like everybody had a Doberman like in the 70s, and then they were considered like aggressive and dangerous, and then they were banned everywhere, and then suddenly nobody had Dobermans anymore, and they weren't in movies anymore, and then pit bulls became like the thing that everybody was scared of, and now that like that's the quote unquote bad dog. And I guess maybe the moratorium is breaking, because when I went for my bike ride yesterday, I saw 3 different Dobermans on the hike and bike trail.
Wow.
I don't think I've seen a Doberman in the wild in like 10 years probably. And to see 3 in the same day, I realized, oh, something's happening. Something's afoot.
That was Magnum PI's dog, right? He had a Doberman.
Yeah, Zeus and Apollo, I think, were Higgins dogs.
Didn't make the fictional dog draft though.
No,
Higgins Dogs would have been great picks.
That would have been great picks. Oh, I had an idea for another animal-related draft I wanted to throw you guys' way. What about a talking animal draft?
Oh. So, like, can puppets be in?
Yeah, a Bugs Bunny could be in. Dr. Dolittle animals could be in. Like, any animal that talks. Dogs on commercials that talk.
I'm going Look Who's Talking 3 is what I'm going with exclusively. My whole board.
You could absolutely do that. There's a whole lot of talking animals there.
I'm trying to think of great talking animal. There's that talking dog movie from, I want to say, last summer that you look at a trailer for and just go, nobody's going to see this. And then nobody saw it.
Was it like Strays or something like that?
Yeah, that's what it was called. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen quite a few of Beverly Hills Chihuahua. There's like 4 of those, I think.
The Taco Bell dog talks. He was in the other draft too, though.
Yeah. Will Arnett is in one.
Maybe not cartoon talking animal, but like real animals that talk.
Will Arnett talking dog movie.
What do you mean?
You know how like when Meg
Not
leaves the room
cartoons.
and you talk to the cat and the cat talks back to you and you guys have a conversation, Gavin?
No,
You know, like real
no.
talking animals.
No, but when the real Taco Bell dog, they would make that dog talk as opposed to a cartoon. Bugs Bunny wouldn't count. I said Bugs Bunny earlier, and now I'm disqualifying Bugs Bunny from it because it's a cartoon.
No animated talking animals. Only real animals animated to talk.
Like animatronic talking animals, I think could work, but not
But
animated.
like photorealistic CG, does that count as animated?
Example, please.
Like the new Lion King.
That's a good question. That's I think that would count because it's photorealistic.
Oh.
Okay.
It needs to be photorealistic? That's the cutoff?
It doesn't feel like a 2D cartoon to me. That feels more like real life. It's acting next to real people.
What about Bugs Bunny in Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Now we're talking. Now we're getting to the brass tacks here. If you're gonna start making declarations about what can and can't be on the draft board, we got to really get down to it.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
What about a 3D Bugs or like Bugs Bunny from the movie with Jenna Elfman, where he is in the real world,
Back in
and
action?
like
Looney Tunes back in
like-
action?
yeah, Looney Tunes back in action. What about that?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
What about this?
Sounds good.
Look, I just sent it to you. What about that?
Oh.
Yeah, I guess so. Why not?
But if he was talking to like Elmer Fudd and the whole thing was animated, you'd say no?
Yeah, I guess so. Why not?
Okay, then let me propose this to you. What if he's speaking to Elmer Fudd, but it's in the real world?
Once again, I think I'm back in. Yeah, I think that's fine. Because he's also interacting with real world people in the real world.
Oh, man. I'm just looking at Show Dogs, movie I haven't thought about in a long time. I fucked up. I should have taken some of these dogs.
There's
in
a
the fictional
lot of-
dog draft.
A lot of animals who talk.
There's a lot of talking animals. Defining like the best ones is tough.
What about Rocky and Bowinkle? Did these count? Because it's them with Robert De Niro in this movie. Does that count?
Yeah, I'll count that.
Wow. Okay. Trying to find the line, Gavin. I'm trying to find it.
I mean, you're showing me the same thing over and over again with different characters. The line, there's no line. The 3 images are identical.
I don't agree.
Humans in the real world standing
so
next to animated characters.
But what about Rocky and Bowinkle, a fully animated movie that's 3D CG?
No.
Makes no sense.
No, that's not photorealistic. I don't see humans in there. Not real. I don't buy it. It's not blurring the lines between reality and fiction. I can't do it. It's also the same fucking characters. You're showing me the same. If it were, it's like, just use Bullwinkle from the other one. It doesn't really matter.
Right. I'm trying to find the line. There's a Rocky and Bullwinkle that works and a Rocky Bullwinkle that doesn't. So I'm trying to find the one that is a maybe from you. And that
well,
to me
you
is
got a
interesting.
yes and a no. So pick the yes and then move on. We're good.
Got it.
I feel like that. I feel like we found the line.
Eric's always pretty aggressive towards finding the line.
Yeah.
What about the episode of The Simpsons where Homer goes into the real world? Is that the old, like, what if the dog was there?
Well, we're not dealing with what ifs. That didn't happen. If it was the dog, if he took Santa's little helper with him, and then yeah, that'd be fine. But that's not what happened.
Okay.
I want to go jump in a river.
Nick, any thoughts?
No.
I don't know why we're
I'm gonna go
overcomplicating
solve
this.
a puzzle.
It's so stupid. I hate bringing up draft ideas anymore.
Why?
It's the
It's
worst.
a good draft.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like drafts at the moment are just causing arguments between you and Eric.
Yeah.
That's what's happening at the moment.
I don't know why.
Because Eric.
I can't wait for the drink draft to come out. That's going to be a lot of fun. Whenever that comes out. Speaking of arguments between people.
That's not my heat.
No, your heat is breakfast foods.
My heat's breakfast foods, yeah.
Yeah, Nick, you edited that, right?
I did.
Did you have to do a little bit extra on that one?
I did.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Yeah, it was trimmed a little bit.
Breakfast foods.
There might be a couple of moments specifically I'd like you to trim.
Yeah.
The breakfast foods draft that we did was a learning experience from the condiments draft.
I went from mall draft to condiment in 1 second. I don't know how.
It was a thing where as soon as like things got heated in the breakfast foods draft, I reflected on the condiments draft and I did the opposite. And I felt like it worked a lot better. I was like, I'm going the opposite direction of this because we're not at condiments level yet, but it could have led there. It was when like, they're looking at the gauges in Chernobyl and be like, this doesn't look great. But thankfully we didn't explode.
My anger and annoyance caught me off guard, and it took me maybe 5 minutes to get it under control, and then I was fine. Then we were fine.
Oh,
I was actively working against any condiment type scenario.
We all were, I think.
You know, in movies when they tap on a gauge sometimes and it like makes the gauge move like it was stuck there.
Yeah.
Does that ever happen in real life?
Yeah,
When?
I'm sure
Or
it
you
happens
just
all the
saying?
time. And
Okay.
they do it in the movie because it's based off of something, right? It's not, and the gauge is like the thing it's doing is working fine. It's just this little mechanical thing gets stuck sometimes. A little floaty.
I don't know if they do it in the movies because it happens in real life, but I would bet you that it happens in real life because they do it in the movies.
I would love more analog gauges in my life. Like for internet speed. Like, you know, when your internet is just getting dog shit and slow for no reason. I just want to see what it's really doing.
You want to tap it.
I want to tap the gauge and see if my internet speeds up.
Is it really that slow? And then you tap it and it releases and it just starts spinning so fast to the right.
And then all my
And you're
data
like, oh
goes
my
through.
God, downloaded everything. That's exciting.
In the same vein, wouldn't it be cool if you could see like how much data you've used on your plan through like a water meter style dial that just goes.
I love that idea.
Or like it's always ticking.
Yeah.
Like
I
rolling
really
up.
love that
Oh,
idea.
man.
Shut up!
What the fuck? What was that, Gavin?
What?
Yes, my freaking soundbar has Alexa in it, and I don't know how to turn it on.
Yeah.
And I say stuff that sounds like that a lot.
Something sort of in that tone. And this might be a thing that Truck Boys might be really into, Jeff. Farming Simulator 25 has a collector's edition that comes with a USB ignition lock that is like a physical lock and you can sync it to your computer. And when you put the key in and twist it, you can start your tractor in the game by doing that physical function. which I'm kind of all about.
If only that game was fucking fun to play.
I mean, they keep making them. Is there actually fun stuff to do now, do you think?
No, we downloaded it. The Truck Boys and I downloaded it and played it one night, and we all bailed. It was not fun. I
felt the same way about SnowRunner though when I first started. Like maybe if you push through.
What was that, like a gas meter?
Yeah, that's my internet meter for the month.
I want one of these for podcasting so I can mute you guys whenever I want. It would just each switch would assign, like we'd like ascribe to like one of you, and I'd be like, I don't want to hear any more of that, and I could flip it off.
So if I were to like, let's say, like if I did this,
we can't.
You'd mute me, right?
In.
You'd flip that.
I'd have to. We can't put that in. It's just music. Yeah. It's just music.
Eric, I made it. I made that. Don't worry about it.
You keep saying that.
I made it. I give you a thumbs up. You could use it. I made that.
That's not how that works.
Hey, both thumbs up right now, man.
Uh-huh.
You see these thumbs? Look at these fucking thumbs. 2 thumbs up. I made that. Don't worry about it.
Well, there's our thumbnail.
That's me approving of my version of the immunity bullet. It's just 2 thumbs to myself, and I'm very happy about it.
I appreciate you. I appreciate someone keeping Convict alive. Thank you very much. That's really nice that you're doing that for him.
Yeah, I'm doing that. That's me.
Yep.
Do you see what Vin Diesel tweeted or posted on Instagram over Father's Day? Did you see his Father's Day post?
No.
I love Vin Diesel because he's an insane person. Vin Diesel tried to bridge the gap with Putin over Father's Day.
What the fuck did you just say? What?
Vin Diesel tried to bridge the gap of peace, I guess on a global scale, with Putin over Father's Day, while also teasing Riddick 4 and concept art for Fast and Furious Part 2, 10 Part 2 or 11, whatever it is.
All in one tweet?
All in one post. Yeah. It was, the first half was like, hey, I'm scouting Riddick 4 in Europe right now, and look at this cool concept art for the next Fast film. But also, when I look out to the sea, I see warships in the distance. Putin, let's get together. Let's get a meal. Let's break bread. We can solve this. I wish I had, let me find his actual. He then removed the bottom half about Putin and tried to.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm looking at it right now, and there's nothing about Putin on here, dude.
Is it just the car and the Father's Day thing? Because he edited it later.
It is.
And Vin Diesel invites Putin to dinner in Father's Day post. Yeah,
happy,
that's the
happy
post.
Father's Day to you all. While location scouting in Europe for Riddick, the concept art for Fast X Part 2 keeps pouring in. Wait until you see the American road trip. Haha, hashtag Happy Father's Day.
Okay, so
top comment, Russian. 4th comment, Russian.
Now imagine there was another paragraph that was all about Putin, getting Putin over. Let's find his. Okay, so what he edited out was, and this is a quote, on a side note, I saw warship off my country shores. I'm not the Tucker type, he wrote. As a father, my kids live in that country. Putin? I will fly to the Caribbean. Come have dinner. Let's not let foolishness dictate the future. Hashtag Happy Father's Day. You want to have Putin to dinner so that they can deal with this warship situation.
It sounds like he had to write a tweet based on 3 things he bought at the store.
Yeah.
I wonder what he bought.
A toaster strudel.
Gave him a battleship.
Anyway, this is a long episode. I'm surprised Eric isn't. You just.
I have been about 3 or 4 times. Been saying let's wrap up. I've just been roundly ignored.
Oh, I just haven't noticed it.
Yeah, cool, great.
First I've heard of it, but if you want to wrap up, let's go ahead and wrap up. I guess this is it. Everybody rein it in. Episode's over. It's time to stop doing this for the rest of the week. We'll do this again next week. Thanks for listening. We love you grinding up on that pole, as
what
Andrew is fond of saying in his song.
Gavin, what's our URL?
Oh, regulatrion.com.
You idiot. Oh my God. Hey, if you haven't checked out our YouTube gaming channel, go to the Regulation Gaming channel on YouTube and check out all of our stupid videos that don't suck. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.